Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and today we're going to be checking out the latest Eureka crystal beads collection, which, as a reminder, is not a subscription. These collections are released periodically by Eureka and are available while supplies last. I'll have the link right down below the video for this particular one we're going to check out today, as well as the page where they have all their available collections, and you can check out some of the things they've offered in the past as well. We'll be checking out this one for the first time together. I know it's called Swan Lake, so everything included is going to follow a particular color scheme with a hand-picked selection of goodies, including beads, crystals, and findings. And by picking up their collections, you're able to get everything together at a bit of a discount over retail cost. They also ship worldwide, and if you're located in the US, they also offer free shipping on any orders over $39.99, so that of course would include these collections. So let's go ahead and get into it and see what is inside. If we flip this over, here's our inspiration picture. Isn't that lovely? So we're gonna see a combination of some corals and teals and some other neutrals to go along with those. And one of the great things about these collections that I love is no matter what you're planning to do, if it's following a project put out by Eureka or myself or anyone else, or come up with something completely on your own, these items are all high quality and they all coordinate in that palette. So it's one less thing you need to think about when you're picking out your beads. They also make fantastic gifts for other beaders in your life, and I think you'll see how inspiring these are once we have everything all laid out on the bead mat. I just love this picture so much. It's beautiful and something different this time of year. Our caption says, "Graceful swans serenely glide on a tranquil lake, their reflections mirroring their elegance. Gently floating flower petals create a picturesque, ethereal scene, casting a spell of timeless beauty upon the water's surface." And inside this insert, that's where we can find the list of everything that's going to be included in this collection. So we'll take a little peek at that before we actually get into the contents. All right, so as you can see, they have everything categorized on this sheet, starting with seed beads. We'll also have a selection of check glass, Krakowski crystal, preciosa, and Chinese crystal, and some additional findings. Those SKU numbers are listed on the right-hand side. Those you can pop into the search bar at Eureka Crystal Beads website and find out exactly what the specific color name is, and those may vary a tiny bit from collection to collection. Additionally, if they relaunch this collection in the future, it may look a little bit different, but the overall theme, palette, and value will be the same. So bringing back our bead bundle, we have a ton of things to look at. We'll start out with the seed beads and then go from there and check out everything up close. All right, so we start out with our 3 tubes of Toho seed beads. I'm loving that they come in 3 different sizes. We have the size 15, 11, and size 8/0 rounds in these 2.5-inch tubes. And of course, seed beads are one of the main ingredients in so many different designs. It's great to have the 3 different sizes to choose from, whether you're going to try to create something on your own or follow a pattern. It's always good to have options. So we've got 2 colors in this rose gold shade. This one happens to be the sweet blush, for example. And I think that goes well also with copper findings, not just rose gold. So you have some options there. And then that gorgeous size 8/0, it looks like it is a color line variety with that teal showing up surrounding the hole on the inside. And there's also a bit of an AB or a luster coating on the outside, providing some hints of iridescence. Up next in our seed bead selection, we have 10 grams of size 11/0 rounds in this beautiful Miyuki mix. So another Japanese brand with very high quality and uniform seed beads. This time in some different shades of blues and greens. So that's another way we have some variety to pull from. If you need a few seed beads for a smaller project, you've got multiple colors in this mix. That is a lovely combination. And of course, you could use these seed beads together in a project that you know they already coordinate beautifully. Or you can pick and choose and pull out different colors from the mix, which also have some different finishes. We have some opaques, color lined, matte, and some luster finishes all pulled together in that tube. And our last two items in the seed bead section include two more tubes. We have the Miyuki Delica beads in the size 11-0. There's approximately 7.6 grams included in that one. This happens to be a beautiful opaque peach, a really light shade with a bit of a luster or extra shine. And then another unique shape, the Miyuki Bugle beads in the 3mm size with 8.5 grams included in this tube. This one happens to be a gorgeous shade of something like a teal AB, and it's also more of a matte finish, so not quite as glossy. And that AB coating combined with the matte just making these look sort of ethereal and glowy. And actually, this is our last item in the seed bead section. We have an entire hank of Preciosa Check Glass 11-0 seed beads in a more vibrant and bold shade of opaque peach or light coral. Another stunning complement to this color palette. And when you see all these seed beads laid out together just in this section alone, it really provides us with a great base of materials in the color palette to pull from. Our next section includes the check glass beads, and we'll have some 1-hole and some 2-hole selections, starting out with our 2mm fire polish. This is a strand of 50 beads. And you can see that gorgeous subtle glow that these have. It's like a matte and frosty clear with a hint of a golden dusting over the surface. Next up are 2 strands of 50 pieces each of the lentil beads and the rose petals. Each of these are a 1-hole selection, with the hole being slightly offset from the center. Those lentils, which look to be in a clear or crystal AB, have that gorgeous iridescence and are a smooth, flat disc. And those rose petals, which happen to be in a light pink with a hint of a golden metallic shine over the surface. They have 3 sides pretty much with smoothed out corners and a little bit of dimension to them on either side. So they're great to pull together to make small floral motifs in bead weaving and embroidery, among other things. And next up, we have 2 tubes of 2-hole check glass beads, starting with our ginkgos. This is another 2.5-inch tube. These are gorgeous. They're a backlit variety. I'll take some of these out so we can look at them up close. So you can see those 2 holes partially in the translucent area where you see the blue and the green. That silver offers some reflective quality that shows up through the other side and really lets those colors pop. And they're so pretty, especially if you combine the backlit varieties like these with some other solids and opaques. And to wrap up that section, here is our last tube of 2-hole beads in our check glass. These are the Gem Duos, another 2.5-inch tube, and this is the standard size. This color variety being a peachy pink with a golden luster that shines on the surface. And here those are up close, so beautiful, another great compliment to this palette. And as you can see, these are a diamond shape, and we have a hole that is running up and down either narrow ends of these pointed sides. And now we can kick off our Krakowski crystal section. This is the house brand of Eureka's pearls and some of their crystals, which they have a vast selection of in all sorts of different colors and styles that are right on par with high quality check glass. And we've been provided with 2 strands, the 3 and 4mm round pearls. There's 135 pieces of this light golden color and 100 pieces in that gorgeous bluish turquoise with that satiny shine. And then bagged up is our next item in the Krakowski section. This is the Crystal Accent Mix. It's a pack of 12 in some sparkling coordinating shades, and as you can see, a great mix of different sizes. And starting with some of our largest ones, there is a set of 2 Rivolis in this deep capri blue color. Kind of brings out some of that deeper blue that's in that Miyuki seed bead mix. And in addition to that, we have some cushion cut, looks like 12mm crystals in a stunning deep salmon shade. This is another one that's just a little bit deeper than some of the other peaches and salmon tones that we've seen so far. And then even more Rivolis and Chitons going down in size. Looks like maybe some 10 or 12mm light golden Rivolis there with a hint of a peach color, very sparkly. Some emerald green 8mm Chitons, a set of 2. And then our set of 4 white opal Chitons in the 8mm size with that really pretty and slightly subtle fire effect that comes from within. And now we'll take a look at our one item in the Preciosa section. These are the 4mm crystal bicones, a pack of 40, and I'll take these out of the bag so we can look them up close. Here they are, beautifully cut and cleanly drilled, very sparkly, lots of clarity, and similar to Swarovski in terms of how these are produced. And I just love getting this little bit of additional crystal accent to go along with our other beads with so many versatile sizes and shapes to pull together. And next up are our Chinese crystals. These give a lot of bang for our buck because you get a lot to work with. And these smaller ones are excellent because with all the little facets around the outside, they provide some additional sparkle. There's between 180 and 190 pieces on each of these strands. And we've got this light shade of peach as well as a more greenish turquoise opaque color. These are relatively uniform as well. You can use them in place of 8/0 seed beads sometimes, or other 2 or 3mm rounds if you just want a slightly different shape. And then in our final section, we have our findings. Starting out with 2 items from Tiara Cast, we have a toggle clasp in this dainty little size and minimalist design, as well as 4 of these link leaves with a loop on either side. And I think that copper being a great choice to go along with this color palette. And it really does go along with the tones of rose gold as well, with that warmer reddish undertone. I'm loving this next item. It is a button with a carved heart design, an 18mm round size, and I just love that verdigris accent. It's pulling together the copper and some of that turquoise or teal and would make a gorgeous clasp. There's a look at the other side, which also has some of that verdigris accent and that connection point. They've also included some other handy basics. We have the ear wires. These have the 2mm ball accent, and there's a set of 2. They're in the copper finish as well. And lastly, we have the icing on the cake for the Swan Lake collection. These are a set of 2 swan charms in a 14 by 14mm size. They have a little bit of a golden tone around that solid colored enamel. And since we have 2, they could adorn a pair of earrings. You could also use one of these next to a clasp on a bracelet or in any other form that you'd like. So that wraps it up for this stunning Swan Lake collection from Eureka Crystal Beads. I hope you're inspired just like I am to see all these items together on the bead mat. We have so many different things that can be combined together in this gorgeous and unique palette, and I really like it for winter, but it's also a really versatile palette, I think, for all different seasons, especially with whatever you decide to combine together or combine with other things that you already have in your stash. So once again, I'll leave the link for this collection right down below the video. They'll be available while supplies last. And you're welcome to pick up more than one collection, so I'll leave the link for their other page with their entire listing of collections down below as well. And as a reminder, if you want to pick up any of these items individually, you can do that, and also check out the other many different products that they have to offer on their website in all different colors and finishes. Be sure to sign up for their email subscription to be notified of future discounts and other events that they run all throughout the year. And they also have a great Facebook group too for beaders where you can collaborate and ask questions and share your work. Not to mention their YouTube channel, which is where you can find some other projects to accompany these collections on occasion. So I hope you enjoyed checking this one out with me. I always appreciate having you. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this collection or anything else you'd like to say. Feel free to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel while you're here, and feel free to share the video wherever you like. That's all for now, but until next time, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and as always, happy beading.